This unified pension scheme was notified on 24th January 2025. The government has already approved, and in August they have announced, and the procedure and other details. The rule has been notified on 24th January. Of course, I made one small news kind of a thing since I was away from my place. Now, let us discuss in detail. As you all know, Unified Pension Scheme is applicable to employees who opt for it from 1/4/2025, 1st April 2025, the people who are under National Pension Scheme, number one. So, in my view, people should opt for it because this ensures minimum assured pension guarantee. Because other NPS, there is a probability of getting more amount and there is a probability of getting very peanut amount also. We can't say that. Though government says after 25 years or 30 years of investment, it will be huge value. Of course, it was started in 2004. 21 years have passed by. Another 5 to 10 years we have to see how the corpus increases greatly in the investment. Otherwise, as of now, I don't find a huge increase in the corpus fund when the NPS is put into the investment platform and other thing. Now, this new rule, Unified Pension Scheme rule, says assured payout, everybody knows, that is pension, it is called as payout, which is nothing but pension plus dearness relief thereof. So, dearness relief will be increased as and when government revises dearness relief for old pension scheme people at 50% of the average of last 12 months salary for 25 years of service on superannuation. First thing is, the Unified Pension Scheme pension will start payment after superannuation age only. So minimum service required for superannuation age is 10 years. Here also it is accepted. But if somebody goes on voluntary retirement after 25 years, is they are eligible, but their pension will start the day they reach the superannuation age. As of now, the superannuation age is 60 years. So once they complete 60 years only, pension will start. Prior to that, it will not be paid. That is, pension payout, that is assured payout, will not be made till the employee who retired voluntarily reaches the age of, that is, completes the age of 60 years. And minimum payout is 10,000 plus dearness relief for that. Now, the 10,000, there is one small hitch in the calculation I will tell. If somebody withdraws money from that and that results in reduced corpus fund, naturally pension can go down below 10,000 also. So people should not withdraw from their corpus fund. This is another advisory I wanted to give. Okay. Minimum service required is 10 years because for superannuation, minimum 10 years service will give pro rata pension. Of course, as I said, in case of voluntary retirement, after completion of 25 years, UPS payout will start from the date the employee would have superannuated had he been in service. That is, when he completes the age of superannuation. That is, as of now, it is 60 years. In the case of death of the pensioner after superannuation, the person who gets the payout under UPS, Unified Pension Scheme, family pension to the spouse as on the date of retirement at 60% of the payout will be paid. So, family pension, so suppose, let us say, a person gets 20,000 rupees payout plus dearness relief, let us say. 60% is 12,000. 12,000 plus dearness relief on that. That will be paid. This is in case of death of the person who choose UPS, unified pension scheme, and after retirement he dies. So the family will get 60%. In service, already I have given videos. While an employee dies while in service, they can opt for the initial stage itself to get family pension from the government side. That they are not disturbed as of now. So normally, if something happens during service, so people should opt for family pension, which is more beneficial. Only when they have more money, NPS and UPS and all they can think of, but initially that condition should be kept in mind. And they are going to maintain two corpus fund. One is employee contribution at 10% of basic pay plus DA, and government also will make equivalent amount, the same 10% and tears relief, plus government will make an additional fund of 8.5% of emolument for supporting the assured payout. This will not be paid to employee as a lump sum. It will be in case the corpus is reduced, this 8.5% additional fund, it is paid as aggregate for all the employees. That fund will be utilized to make up for arriving at the minimum required corpus fund. Corpus fund is a total amount. Based on that, pension will be paid. Okay. Now, employee can opt for investment choices of individual corpus. Whatever they make every month, they can make individual choices. If no choice is selected, a default pattern of investment is going to be defined by PFRDA, that is Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, from time to time for those who are not chosen investment option. So they will take care, automatically default option. Those who are expert in stock investment, etc., they cannot. For other people can keep silent, because the default option will ensure 50% pension, 50% of the average pay of last 1 year of retirement as pension, in case the service is completed for 25 years and no withdrawal is made. Those things I am going to discuss now. Plus a lump sum payment of 10% of the monthly emoluments for every completed 6 months of service. So the monthly sum payment also will be basic pay plus DA, in that for every completed 6 months. Suppose 300 months, 25 years, 300 months. So for every 6 months you get 10%. So for a year, 20%. So 5 months pay plus DA you get for 25 years of service. So this is another additional payout. And those employees, this is very important role, those employees who have retired before the date of operation of Unified Pension Scheme and opt for the UPS. Already they have retired, because the schemes were started from, NPS was started from 1/4/2004. From that afterwards many people have retired also. So they might be getting very smaller amount as pension now. Now they can opt for UPS. The minimum guarantee pension will be worked out now. PFRDA will determine a mechanism for making available the top up. Top up amount will be made by government. So with that, they will also get minimum assured pension. The past retirees will get arrears of difference in the calculated payout with the GPF interest. Suppose the minimum pension now, whatever they get, number of, because 10-year service with superannuation retirement. Suppose somebody joins service at the age of 50 years and they retire at 60 years. So they are eligible for UPS pension. And they already retired, let us say, and they get very smaller amount. Now, they can opt for UPS, and whatever shortfall, government will make top up, that is the corpus fund, and make sure at least the person gets 10,000 plus, based on the calculation. If the calculation gives more value, that will be given. If it is less, at least the minimum 10,000 plus, dearness on that will be paid. For that, PFRDA has to work out no mechanism. With that, government will pay the top up, and for them, because now they are getting after long period of retirement. Suppose somebody retires in 2020 and they get very small amount. Now it has to be revised based on UPS. So they get arrears with GPF interest also. So justice is done. All these delay. Okay, people were not paid in term because of government's probably not correct decision on NPS, etc. And once they decided, they are now giving for past retirees also the assured pension. So minimum assured pension is either 50% because 10 years service you get only pro rata basis. Suppose if you have done 25 years, nobody would have done as of now because the scheme was started in 2004. A person who retires on superannuation after joining the NPS should retire in 29 to complete 25 years. So nobody will get 50% of the last average pay because those who have already retired would have got lesser than 25 years of qualifying service. But whatever service, the pro rata will be the minimum pro rata pension will be paid subject to a minimum of 10,000 plus dearness relief on that. So any difference amount, suppose if they are getting very less peanut amount now, the difference will be paid as arrears with GPF interest also. So these are all injustice meted out to the employees have been addressed now. Okay, those details have not been notified now. PFRD has to say. Once it is released, we will discuss on that point, how much amount will be calculated. Because it is only your calculation. You are retired, you are put in service of, let us say, 20 years or 15 years, whatever it is. So 25 years, you should get 50% of the last 12 months average pay. So 20 years, it is something like for 25 years, you get last salaries 50% as pension payout. So suppose if you have completed 20 years and retired already, so you should get at least 40% of your last average salary, last 1 year average salary. So any difference on that will be paid as arrears with GPF interest. So for the difference, government will make top-up payment to the Pension Fund Regulatory Authority and Development, Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. Now for calculation, take 5 factors. One is the pay. Calculation of pension, they take last 12 months average basic pay, number 1. For the old pension scheme, it is last 10 months average pay. Now it is made as 12 months average pay. That is only different. Of course, last pay, whichever is more, they say here only last 12 months average they take. Employees qualifying service taking as 25 years, that is 300 months. So payment was there for 300 months. Employees contribution and government contribution. And all contributions of the employees have been credited regularly and there are no missing credits. So this is another. That means employee has got now account number details. They should verify every year whether their payment has been properly credited in their account. Because every NPS employee will be given one account kit and other things, NPS kit. They can check their account also, and if there is any missing credit, that is they have paid, they have worked, salary recovery, everything was done, but it is not reflected in their account. They have to write to the department to ensure that there is no missing credit, because missing credit will have a bearing on the pension. It reduces. Whatever sample calculation they have made, it reduces. So it is the responsibility of the service employee to check every year and periodically that all their subscriptions month-wise is credited into their pension fund, because every employee is given pension account kit also. With that they have to check. And this is the third factor. Fourth factor is the employee has opted for default pattern of investment. Investment, those who know very well about the market fluctuation and market trend, etc., they can opt for 20% equity and debt fund, all those things, percentage they give, and those percentage you can choose depending upon your calculation. And if you are not expert in all those things, don't bother about anything. They will take default option automatically, which will give you assured minimum pension of 50% of your last 12 months average pay, provided you have completed 25 years of service. Suppose an employee opts for his own pattern of investment, and the individual corpus fund is more than the benchmark corpus. Now in the model calculation they are given for a basic pay of 45,000 or something. The corpus, benchmark corpus and the individual corpus, they work out as 50 lakhs. Suppose the employee has opted for his own way of investment and he gets more money. The money is money of individual corpus. When it is fixed as 50 lakhs, he is having more than 50 lakhs. Only 50 lakhs will be taken into account for his pension payment. That will not be paid. Individual corpus or government part, nothing will be paid. But the fixed amount now for this value is 50 lakhs. So anything in the corpus fund more than 50 lakhs will be paid back to the employee at the time of retirement. Assuming that the individual corpus fund is now 55 lakhs or 60 lakhs. The excess of 5 or 10 lakhs will be fully paid to the employee. So if you are clever, if you are very expert in market investment pattern and other things, you can opt for. But if you opt for it and you get some loss, your option did not help you out, and your corpus is reduced to some extent, then pro rata only you will get, because that 50 lakhs if you don't have the model. So for the 45,000 they have put as 10,000 units as 50 lakhs or something like that. That government fixes. They expect this much this much corpus fund will reach. If it doesn't reach, government will pay as a top up money. But now you are opting for investment. In this case, your corpus fund does not reach the benchmark corpus. In this case it is 50 lakhs. Say it is 45 lakhs. So 5 lakhs is reduced. Either you have to pay 5 lakhs to get full pension, that is it, or it will be pro rata basis. So this is another calculation. This is one of the important factors. So people should opt for default option if they are not having knowledge in the market trend and other things. Okay. Now, same way, the employee did not make any partial withdrawals during his service. From the individual corpus, for some cases, I think 2-3 times they allow partial withdrawal. But if you withdraw the fund, naturally your corpus fund will come down. So that also will have a bearing on the pension calculation. They make the calculation like even when you withdraw the money, there is another important point. Due to your withdrawal and you have completed 15 years service before retirement, so when your pro rata calculation goes below 10,000, you will get below 10,000 because you have withdrawn the money. If you do not withdraw money, then there is absolutely no question of getting less than 10,000 basic pension, in the sense pension plus 10,000 plus dearness relief on that. As of now, dearness relief is 53%, which is going to be 56 soon. So in the pay commission, they will revise again. All those things will be applicable for the UPS people also. Though they are not told, this is going to be applicable. Because dearness relief is given now. So when they make it zero, automatically they have to revise the basic pension also. So for any requirement, government will pay the top-up fund. Individual need not pay. So if you withdraw any money from your corpus fund at the time of service, it will have a bearing on your pension fund. This is another important point. So they have made the calculation as P by 2 into Q by 300 into individual corpus by benchmark. Individual corpus and benchmark corpus is supposed to be same value, then you get full pension. So it may be more, individual corpus may be more when your investment plan works out well and you get more invested money So you get back the balance money. But you opt for some investment that comes down. So you get the reduced pension. So these things are all slightly uh, playing things with market. So people should be careful. The normal person a person who does not want to take any risk, leave it. Government will decide that PFRDA will decide the default option and they will ensure your 50% pension. So the point is, what I want to make is, the people should, those who feel their fund will not be huge, yes, they should now immediately opt for, because they are not given, they can opt any time, at the time of return. Now 1/4/2025 onwards, the option will start. So if you are retiring, you have to opt for it. So you opt for UPS. You will know what is your fund status. Number one. Number two, okay, you don't get lump sum, but you get gratuity. So that way, NPS, you get lump sum of 60% and 40% value only will give you pension, which may be any amount, annuity payment only. It is something like smaller interest that they pay for the 40% value, they keep as corpus and pay. So if that is more, you can now also choose to continue to be in the NPS. Otherwise, you can choose UPS. But normally UPS looks to be lucrative as of now. After 30 years, 25 years or 30 years, we have to see how the funds develop. Then people can change the option also. This is another important point. And don't go for any partial withdrawal if you have opted for UPS. Even if you opt for NPS also, partial withdrawal will have a bearing on your fund, corpus fund, for your future NPS pension. So don't go for partial withdrawal. And service, and always opt for default option, that is, you don't opt for any investment plan. PFRDA will decide. You are safe to that extent. So you are not, your appetite for risk is very less, or you are not interested to take any less risk. Just you take default option. So your pension will be 50% of your last 12 months average basic pay, and for that you will get dearness relief, and which will be revised every 6 months. Now, this is the UPS notification. Further details, as and when clarification comes, we will discuss on this point. Namaskar.